welcome back. This time I'm joined by Chappie, manager of Team Tinker. So as we're getting down to the final days of Phase 2 of Dreamleague, how are you feeling about your team's performance as well as their kind of future going forward in this series?
We're pretty neutral right now as far as how we're feeling. We just went 1-1 where we felt we probably should have gone 2-0. And I know the panel felt the same way, which makes it a little bit more difficult when you don't go 2-0. Aside from that, it's pretty 50-50. It's kind of neutral right now. As far as right this moment goes, it's pretty neutral. But overall, we're not doing that bad as far as our record goes. So, I mean, that's good at least. And
I did want to ask, with Quikva playing remotely because of school, I believe, do you think that's affected the team's performance at all, or their morale, or has it been awkward at all having him not be here in the studio with us?
Not really, actually. It's been fine, oddly enough. Honestly, having him here, knowing that he was uncomfortably missing his classes and whatnot might actually have been a detriment. So having him play from home has been fine, honestly. It hasn't really held us back at all. It's less for me to have to babysit, so that's always good because he's not here, you know.
And I know also we just spoke a little bit with Bulba about the tension that we could tell the team was feeling between the two games. Would you like to speak on that at all?
Yeah, I mean, we switched drafters, which is kind of not a thing that you should do or is really recommended, but we did. Like you said, there was some tension there. So, because the first game, the draft was less than optimal. The second game, it was fine. So, yes, there's definitely some tension, but hopefully that'll kind of subside going into this next series.
And the good thing is, even despite that tension, it looks like your team was, of course, able to pull off the win for the second game. So that's something positive.
Yeah, they pulled through.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining me here on the couch. I think we're about out of time, so we are going to go ahead and throw it back to Shiver at the desk.
Thank you, Jess. And indeed, we're here and we're getting ready for the last match of the day. Am I saying that right? Last series of the day. That's I'm saying that right. Last series of the day today. We're kind of short-staffed at the moment.
People are just skipping out.
Everyone just disappeared.
Yeah, it is, of course. I mean, we had some very long days this tournament so far. Although,
I actually slept until 3 p.m. today. So
I was actually
your microphone is muted. So apparently not, like, sleeping till 3 p.m. apparently not enough to make you awake.
Yeah, well, I slept with my microphone on, so I didn't want everyone to hear the snoring.
That's why.
Yeah, I was actually here, the first person here, in fact, from our house.
I was gonna say, like, beat you.
What the fuck?
I sleep in the wine cellar, and
whatever.
Nobody ever disturbs me. It's like the best thing ever.
Well, we're gonna take a look at some players because they're ready for the last match, or last series, I should say. It is Team Tinker versus Virtus.Pro. Let's take a look at Virtus.Pro as BZZ is rather Seedoy. Jeez, that's not Seedoy. That's wrong. Is it? Seedoy is sitting on the far end over there.
Shouldn't you know this?
Yeah, I think this is BGG.
What? Did you just call him PGG?
Okay. No, BZZ.
But we just
Maybe I'm just wrong. I'm wrong a lot. I mean, everybody's getting breaks and all that.
This is G.
This is G. I mean, that's, obvious. He was actually one of the guys that I interviewed first when I was at TI2, and I actually called him Gods, I think, for the first time. We had to do a do-over.
Did he take it offense to that?
No, not at all.
Because I would.
Not at all. He was.
I'm just kidding, Gods.
Empty chair. Hello, empty chair. That's, of course, the place for Jodam.
I like
just
it.
a chair.
I like it.
Yeah.
Jodam's been, like, I love his air shaker, actually. He's one of the better air shakers.
He's such a playmaker.
Yeah.
And a funny guy as well, like in real life. So, kind of fun. Yol, solid support, also is a playmaker, but sometimes doesn't get as much limelight. He's Sand King, however.
Yeah,
like that was, at this tournament, we have seen quite a few epic epicenters.
Nice.
Thanks. Okay, and here was me being the noob, because this is BZZ. Instead. The carry player of the team, of course. With a Pugness set. He has a Pugness set, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he has a Pugness set.
Oh, yeah, it does. It has a cool ward. Yes.
Yeah.
VP actually really need to win. They're just about, they're 6th place at the moment now, joint 6th with Alliance.
All right, I know who this is. The breaker of promises.
Oh, already doing better than me.
Hello, Vova. Somebody already screen capped that one. That wasn't good. EGM.
My hobby.
Shane's homie, apparently.
Hobby. like my husband.
Hubby.
Husband.
Hubby.
He's pretty rich. I've been trying to marry him for years, but
Okay. Sing Sing.
The Black Widow scenario.
10 years since stream.
Actually 4 days, but who's counting?
Of course, Koifa was not being shown on camera. And the guy with the guns, you know? Can we get a gun?
That's not a gun.
boom.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
that's the
go.
gun.
Fangirls just dropping left and right.
I'm finding it hard to
Craig
stand.
has him. Craig has him. I thought it was the lights that was making me warm, but I don't know. But yeah, those two teams are of course going to face each other. We're going to see like how are they going to do. What are your expectations?
But going off a game like that from Tinker, it has to be exhausting, to be honest. Like that was a really long game, and
Yeah.
there was a lot
It's a very long game, and walking into it, like their manager talked about, they're expecting to 2-0. So
Yeah.
not coming out 2-0, a little bit disappointing to himself. So hopefully could kind of use that as energy
like
and smash.
anger, kinda.
Anger, you know,
Yeah,
but
okay.
controlled anger. You don't want to go YOLO dive,
You
right?
pick Huskar and just dive at them.
Control anger. Pick good heroes,
Okay.
solid game, and that's all they really want. They want to play good games, you know?
What about VP?
They also want to play good games.
They really, really do. Like they're
Yes.
actually struggling at the moment. Their score is 4-6. It's kind of like you're kind
Yeah.
of teetering near the end.
You can have 7 losses and still be okay. Like we see MVP Phoenix sitting on 7 losses, but Virtus.Pro, they still also have to face Cloud9, I believe. So they did VP Polar was against EG. So yesterday, actually, this Virtus.Pro was 1-1ing EG. So that was already a very good result for them. And now you can't really have more than 7 losses. Well, you can, but then it's no longer up to you if you actually make it through or not. You want to
Yeah.
also be able to like keep it in your own hands rather than letting your fate be decided by someone else.
Does, let me look at this. MVP Phoenix is at, what, 5-9? Is that their
Yeah.
score, really?
They've played all of their games.
Oh, no. Are they not going to make it?
Probably not.
It depends on how everyone else does.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess so. If Cloud9 and EG starts to pick up a ton of wins,
Yeah.
where teams are in this kind of 5-8, 5-9 territory, VP could be one of those teams that are fighting head-to-head for MVP for a slot. And I don't know
Is
how
there
exactly the rule will go.
tiebreakers, I presume?
Yeah, I don't know.
The rules have been set, but I haven't been given confirmation as there were some changes there to make sure that the players don't play too much because there are long days and
Is
you don't
Bruno
want them to
making
be
up the rules?
Yes, so
'Cause
he
those-
changed-
As he goes along.
I
What we do
just said
today?
they got changed, so who
Yeah.
else? We changed the rules halfway. But no, it's it's long days. You don't want players to be here until 2 a.m. because that's just...
It's okay if the cast are here too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, casters, who cares?
Whatever.
But yeah, the draft is actually on the way, so we're going to see how it's going to go. Fast predictions, actually, Shane.
Okay, so yesterday I made a prediction and then forgot about the prediction.
Okay, I'm going to write it down to make
Okay,
you not
write
forget.
me
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to
Murder
go
with the pen.
1-1 to Tinker. Or 1-1 to
1-1.
Tinker.
1-1 to Tinker,
Yeah,
'cause
so
they're the
gonna win
better team.
they're going to win the first game.
Okay. I think Tinker is going to 2.
Okay.
Okay, I don't need to write your prediction
They
down,
need to
right?
feel the anger and control it and then win.
No, but they're going to play so well in the first game. They're going to be exhausted in the second game.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But VP is coming in. This is their first game of the day, so they're fresh.
I am actually thinking I'm going to go bold. I'm going to go 2-0 VP.
Okay.
They look solid, so I have faith. Actually, heads up, there is a chance that we might see a player join these two gentlemen for the cast. But for now, I'm going to leave you with Lumi and Shane. For the first game of the last series of the night, it is Team Tinker taking on Virtus.Pro.
Well, Shane, take over for a bit.
Okay.
I'm going to run to get some water. Do you want some water?
No, I'll get the water. You
Okay.
handle this. Do you want tea, actually?
Yeah, tea is fine too. All right, so Shane does not want to cover the draft. I think Team Tinker is probably at its best, like many other teams when they start off the draft with Skywrath Mage. It's one of Boba's kind of most confident hero, and good to see them actually have that on their hand. Your VP is going to run it back to Ogre. You know what? I think we're going to sit on the couch for this one. It's going to be a... I know you guys are muted. There's not much to say about Ogre and Skywrath Mage, so I'm just going to rest a little bit.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, Shane, we still hear you. I know we're all getting to production value here, but it is down to a 2-man cast, as our comrades have just left us. I think Shane just left too. Yeah, Shane just ditched me. But the other Virtus.Pro team, VP Polar, when they pick up a puck, not only do they run it both mid and off lane, so it gives them lane versatility, they also play it fairly late game oriented. They get a blink and then a Midas. Whereas for VP Classic, I think G's going to be running that puck mid, and we're going to see a fairly aggressive puck. Yeah, I think we should be on the couch for this one. Great.
You can't see the draft from over here.
No. It's the same. It's okay. It's okay, Shane.
Okay, so Team Tinker picked Legion Commander.
That's actually, I think, one of the better heroes.
And they have the Skywrath combo as well.
Yeah, better hero in the sense that they win a lot of games with it. And I believe it's Pycat that ends up playing it. And he generally plays it.
I've seen play it a few times in the offlane.
Okay. I guess it depends, right? If it's a mid LC, it's gonna be Pycat. If it's an offlane LC,
I actually really like LC against Puck, because late game Puck just runs around and is really, really difficult to kill. And Legion Commander gives you that solid lockdown for like, it's insane. Like,
I actually like LC quite a bit, and I don't know why we haven't seen more of her, especially with so many Slarks running about.
Yeah.
But generally, when you pick LC, you kind of have to make sure a couple of things don't happen. First of all, you make sure that Venge don't happen, because easy swap to break
Shadow Demon, there's quite a few.
Shadow Demon, Void is a very easy counter, and I guess that's why we don't see her that much, because there is some very good counters. And I'm surprised that Team Tinker actually take out the Slark themselves, because you generally see LC as a Slark counter.
Yeah, you also see him with Slark quite a lot. That's what 4 Anchors were doing quite a lot.
Oh, 4 Anchors just want to pick Slark all the time.
What are you trying to do? The preview spells don't work, so Lumi doesn't actually know what the heroes do now.
Yeah, I'm trying to click on Duel to make sure I know what actually it does. But Volvo...
It's like a Doom for 5.5 seconds. It's pretty...
It's very unlike a Doom, but okay.
How?
Well, Doom, they could kind of run around, or at least one run away.
True.
This one, it forces you to attack them.
They can't cast spells, they can't...
That is true. That is true. But
okay, they ban Wisp.
Well, a Necro pick for VP and a quick answer for Ancient Apparition. You kind of have to actually ban the AA when you pick Necro, right?
Yeah, he's one of the strongest counters, because the Saddest and also the Death Pulse, both of them rely on healing.
Well, I can take it back, because I feel like Reaper Scythe is so powerful of a spell, it's worth picking just for that spell alone.
Just for the spell.
And obviously, heal is always good, especially when you're combining with things like Wisp, or if you're doubling up with the mech, but you definitely could avoid playing Necro like that. A lot of players go like Blink Dagon.
In games like we're seeing these days, like nearly every one of our games have been going 40 minutes plus, and like a good few going hour plus. Having that no buyback is insane.
It's huge. Can you imagine that last game without buyback?
Oh my god, like it just completely changes how you play the game. You know, you can go over aggressive if you have buyback usually, but this one hero just shuts down all aggression nearly.
And back to the LC, I would say Necro works with LC quite well and against LC pretty well as well. Because not only are you healing your ally, you're damaging her. And generally when LC duels one of your dudes, ideally you throw a lot of nukes at LC and then the Creek Reaper Scythe kill comes in. So it's pretty decent.
It's kind of risky picking it into Team Tinker though, I think. When you have heroes like Skywrath who have a lot of magic burst and a silence, and Legion Commander who has quite a lot of damage as well usually.
Yeah.
You know, it's a...
You would say that he's pretty weak against like high burst damage hero, right?
Yeah, definitely, especially in the early game. When you rush, like, you usually see Midas into Blink kind of builds, and you have like 700, 800 HP.
Yeah. I mean, just off his aura alone, you just want the fight to go kind of long. To take advantage of the Heartstopper aura. And when everybody's dying quickly, then you're not taking advantage of anything.
So the support still left. Witch Doctor might be pretty good.
I think
it's kind of risky going into AA, but
yeah, I think a big part of his heal is
he has a lot of damage though.
That's
to follow up with the Necro ulti with his ward.
Well, I think you want kind of instantaneous burst damage, whereas Witch Doctor, even though it does a lot, it does in like smallish chunks. So
what about like Lina?
Lina's great,
Lich?
but they're gonna go with Lich. Which?
Oh, I think could VP be doing the Lich Necro offlane?
Even Lich Puck would be good.
Yeah.
So, I like it. I think the good thing with this Lich pick is it kind of hides your lane. You know they're doing 2-1-2, but it hides your lane well
you
enough.
don't know that for sure.
Well,
You could be doing a dual lane mid, which would also be pretty cool. Lich.
yeah, dual lane, at least somewhere on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But most likely you're not going to see a tri-lane. And more importantly, you don't know where that dual lane is going to be.
It could be literally any of these.
Yeah, so it's going to be somewhat difficult for Team Tinker to go through
Okay,
this.
so they potentially have their mid laner or their off laner, but they need a carry. And against a hero like Necrolite, who does an insane amount of magical damage, what about anti-mage? Do you think?
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I'm going to mute my mic to cough.
I think it's not too bad in this game because they have so much mana-intensive heroes. And they also have the space creator heroes like Legion. Are you okay?
Yeah, water went down the wrong way. I think AM's a good hero, provided you make it past the laning stage.
Yeah.
And if they do something like Necro Lich against you, you might have trouble. Your support lineup is very strong, such that you can pick a greedy quick carry. So, ooh,
Good shaker.
is this a which of these support heroes is carrying?
They could do Skyrat mid, is what I'm maybe thinking. Or they could do a dual offlane.
I have no clue. You know?
No,
Like,
it's I don't have a clue about that. I'm just guessing.
we're saying that VP has a very versatile lineup, and you know, honestly, all three of these supports could actually be a very decent core. I mean, to bring us back to maybe this morning when Earthshaker was handled by Zai, we saw those.
He didn't dive for 50 minutes.
Yeah, in a game like that, that was absolutely insane. So I'm personally a bigger fan of Skywrath core because of how strong his lane is. But I'm a bigger fan of a quicker Blink Dagger. So
Well, you could even Ancient Apparition could maybe middle as well.
sure.
Get that fast Aghanims to shut down the Necro.
The good thing about AA solo, especially on the mid lane, is that he gets to level 6 very quickly, like 4 or 5 minutes in the game, and that makes the side lane suddenly a lot more dangerous. That coincides with the first nighttime as well, so you could easily TP in and gank, have an Ice Blast. And especially when you're on the mid lane, your Ice Blast distance from mid to top or mid to bottom is just long enough where you get the big AoE, but short enough where you could kind of get a good gang off.
Have you ever seen mid-air shaker in a pro game?
I think Hani used to actually play it,
Really?
but he plays it off lane, so I'm not...
I think EGM is really good at the hero, so I think he will be the one playing it.
Okay.
But I'm just wondering.
I think Dendi might have played mid Earthshaker once or twice. I'm not sure.
Okay, so they still could pick their mid laner or their off laner here, or even they could do anything they want.
They
Really.
could do anything.
Yeah, they really can.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, nice.
So we still don't know where their lanes are.
No, well, yeah, kind of true, but at least they have a bit of physical damage for late game. They also have the setup for the Lich ulti, and kind of for Puck as well.
Yeah, I see this as essentially a hard counter to LC,
Yeah,
because she could do whatever she wants. Chrono is gonna settle that situation, and
settle that situation.
yeah, I mean, Chrono combines well with Chain Frost, like you said.
The thing is, though, if he duels someone, and even if Void Chronos, you still have the Skyrat burst damage and the AA ulti on top.
That's
So
true.
they're still dead.
That's true, but your LC is generally gonna be dead as well. But you can see that when you start with, jeez, this is such an early game oriented draft.
It is a mid-air shaker
All right,
or offlane.
we don't know. I guess we'll finally know once kind of they meet in. But Sing Sing will be playing the TIE Hunter.
No, it is definitely mid then.
So I think VP's got much more of a balanced lineup. But I think 10-15 minutes in the game, especially when TIE Hunter finishes Blink, and I imagine Quitefo's going to get an early Blink as well, and the Pycat. Like, once these Blinks come up, Team Tinker could just run away with the game.
So, for
Which
example,
lineup do you like more?
I think it's easier to judge Virtus.Pro's lineup. Like, I haven't really seen enough at mid-air shaker to say, okay, it's this good, or I feel it's going to do this. Like, essentially, he just farms, doesn't he, for the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, pretty much.
And gets that early Blink Dagger. So does that... And if VP is doing the dual lanes, it kind of sinks their supports into staying in the lane. So maybe it's pretty good.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so
Let's
BZZ.
quickly introduce who is playing what. We got Boba handling the Skywrath Mage. Meanwhile, EGM trailing behind with Ancient Apparition. Sing Sing with the Tie Hunter. It's been playing that multiple games. LC, of course, being handled by Pycat. Last but not least, Koifa playing a little bit of a rare carry Earthshaker.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. He's rushing a bottle, so I think he is actually going mid. Yep. And on the other side, we have Sidoi playing the Faceless Void, G playing the Puck, Yal on Ogre McGee, Jotum on Lich, and BZZ on the Necrophos.
So, right off the bat, I like the fact that G is on a hero like Puck.
It's actually, he needs that hero. Like, I've seen him playing Viper quite a bit, and every time I've watched G in the past, he's that big playmaker, kind of goes in too deep and gets out.
He's a great kind of mechanical player that could get the last hits, kind of outlast it, out-harass the other player, and Puck has the stats to really back it up. And you have a really high payout, especially against this kind of very early to mid-oriented lineup from Team Tinker. If you get a quick blink and slow down their dagger, that's absolutely huge. So Team Tinker, I think they were kind of grouping up mid, trying to scout out some information, trying to predict the lane, but they didn't get too much information in return, apart from the fact that they see Sidoi going up top. And seeing Sidoi going up top gives you the fact that, all right, it's going to be a
aggressive tri-lane.
Huh. I didn't expect an aggressive tri-lane featuring Lich. Because Lich doesn't have a nuke at level 1.
Yeah, but you're not really going to die with this lane, I don't think. They have Ogre for this. Oh, it's just a dual lane, okay.
I guess Ogre's going to just go up top and pull or whatever else.
This is my favorite dual lane in pubs.
Lich, Necro.
Lich, Necro.
All right, tell me how this lane works and why is it strong.
Well, basically, you just sit back and farm. No, it's honestly what you do. And you learn the Heartstopper, and you make them mad.
Now, when I see you play, you level up the Heartstopper.
Yeah, I max it. But
is that what we're going to expect from
he's
here?
leveled at level 1.
Yeah, I think we're not going to see that being leveled up.
Well, my logic is if you're not getting last hits, the saddest is kind of not that good.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well, you probably want to level up the pulse, right?
Yeah.
Yo has a double damage, so he's coming in and actually trying to block the pulls. Getting a little bit of harassment.
Koikfi's already on, like, okay, he has his bottle coming out to him, so he's not too bad.
He's gone for the very, very quick bottle, which he kind of needs. Puck is going to out-harass him quite hard.
I can see G having a field day mid in this hero.
Yeah. But actually, the person that has the most CS right now by far is Sing Sing. 8 CS.
Look where he is.
Like he's got every CS in the first 2 waves, and he's just zoning the bejesus out of Sidoi.
The bejesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Sidoi might need to just get a Quelling Blade this game, because his damage is going to be somewhat sapped from the...
Against any melee hero, Tidehunter just has the biggest laugh ever.
Yeah.
And he keeps faking the Anchor Smash as well to kind of keep the threat of Anchor Smash up.
Do you think this Ogre has to go top lane to help out a little bit?
Well, every time I see VP, actually, they do something similar to this every game. They just have a support looming around middle, just to give G the first little bit of farm.
Yep.
And get him that early start. And then after that, he rotates back to a lane and starts pulling her.
Kind of like pulling a page out of 4ASC, right? Yeah. Jirax does a lot for the team. But
y'all mightn't actually initiate it, he just shows his face, you know what I mean?
Okay. Y'all does find himself the S4 rune, as MV calls it. I'm not sure what he will do with the rune, though, but... Any case, this bottom lane is actually doing pretty good. It's going to get harassed a lot. Actually, you know, Chilling Touch is allowing Boba to hit really hard.
The Lich is allowing the Necro to gain levels, though, that are ridiculous.
Yeah. But they're running pretty low on regen. Actually, never mind. Necrophos got like 5 more tangos.
But it's not the, oh my god, the haste rune?
Haste rune's doing some work. I'm not sure if they want a Fire Blast. I think Ignited would have done a little bit more for them. And they're going to turn things around here. Boba taking, EGM taking a couple of hits.
This is perfect. This is exactly what you want in this lane. You don't want to, straight up kill them. Just annoy them and, use up all their tangos slowly and surely. That's what Heartstopper does. It's
Yeah. I mean, I guess you want to kill them, but if you don't, the follow-up of the Heartstopper harass essentially is pretty good. Especially against a melee core like Pycat's LC.
They actually only have 1 salve left. Boba has 2 tangos, but that's it.
So do you think that even though you're running a defensive tri lane that has a lot of nuking, you want to kind of scale it back a little bit, play a little bit more passively? Or do you think that just plays into Lich too much?
Well, the thing is, they're not going to overextend. Well, they should. I don't think they will. And then all they do is just relax and farm. You're not going to get into a position where you can go on them because of the heal and because of the Ogre's tankiness. He's always going to be on the front line, just in your face.
Yep. I guess you just kind of farm it slow and let Sing Sing get away with this game, yeah. He's actually gone for the energy booster first, which is something you don't see first. But
He's done this again. I heard Envy talking about the 3 points in Kraken shell in the last game. What do you think of it?
I'm kind of not a big fan of it, especially in this 1v1 situation. Sure, he's not going to take any damage, but his farm speed, especially during the early to mid game, is going to suffer quite a bit. Now, there isn't any support for him stacking any big camps or any of the ancients, so
Bit of sneaky smoke going on here.
he's not going to gain too much, even if have a level 3 anchor, but you're up in the grill of that void all the time. Here comes the mid gank. Nice.
He does a lot of right click
Silence.
damage.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Boba starting with that boost of speed is paying off huge dividends, getting that first blood and the silence off.
Koifa with 3 points and a Enchant Totem. You hit like so hard early game. All you need is that just tiny bit of lockdown so you can get up their face.
Yeah, but back to Sing Sing's void. I guess Sing Sing's tied. I guess we just kind of have to ask him, right?
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to do so, and maybe we should. It's a very interesting build. I don't understand it too much because I don't think it's too good. But we'll see.
I'm sure he has like some logic for it. Like,
Yeah.
he knows what he's doing. Okay, Pycat in the bottom lane only has stick. Like that's all he has now, and he has his heal, but he's actually been forced to pull for himself.
Which is fine, I think, because normally when your supports are not helping you like that, you expect them to do something very important, which, you know, taking first blood mid, I think fills that role. So it's all good.
But giving the extra bit of space to Necrolite isn't ideal.
I think even with the supports here, I think Necrolite will still get farm. And it looks like we're going to see a coil in the river right now, and Yo is going to get blown up. He's going to get 1 kill, but here comes a little bit Kofi. Oh, that might actually tick in. No, it's a little bit too far. G will bottle up.
Can he regoose?
I think he's going to try. He's got orb, but
It's quite difficult to land an orb when they know it's coming. Like, because it's a very slow-moving projectile.
But he does gain control of the 6-minute rune, which is not bad.
Did you just fall down on a chair?
Yeah, my chair just kind of gave up on me.
Pycat has got this haste rune bottom.
It's good to see that this game is a lot more aggressive, and G is going to come around. He does not have coil, and looks like Sing Sing's going to back off. A tough kill.
But they had Chronosphere. I think they...
800 health, though, and he's got 3 Kraken, right?
Okay, so Sing Sing being level 6, he has a TP scroll. Do you expect a rotation out of him early, or...?
I think it's good to force a kill on the bottom, but it looks like they might not need... Look at Jotham's health!
Oh.
Chilling touch. No joke.
You definitely don't want to dive a Necrolite, though, late game. Or like at the stage of the game with Ice Armor on him.
Huh, it's interesting that he actually has Ice Armor. What do you think about that?
That's pretty good against...
I mean, I just think you want every point of sacrifice that you could kind of go for without being too greedy.
Well, 1 value point isn't so bad in a lane like this.
And that cooldown, though. You shave 8 seconds off the sacrifice cooldown. It's like...
Is BZZ going to get a Midas here?
Looks like he's saving up for it.
Like, and Mech is pretty, like, weak, I guess, against AA. It's not as good as it could be. There's always that Athos build that I like as well.
I think all of the suggestions you made, apart from Mechas, sounds decent, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just see how he wants to do it. Looks like we might see a gank coming on the mid lane here. Coil's at the ready.
Y'all desperately needs this
Here we go.
experience.
The coil's going to be used. Any TP coming in? No TP just yet. But look at that trap. G is out of it, but here comes the support. Pycat does have duel, and he's running very, very fast. He's going to get a little bit of Ice Armor help,
Ice
but
Armor, look.
the supports are coming in from the back line. Winner, winner.
Koifa does not care about Ice Armor.
Yeah. Oh, that's 10 damage and counting.
When you play Legion Commander, even though he didn't have such a good laning stage, if he just kind of rotates well and picks up a few kills, I think he's not doing too bad.
Normally, as a safe lane core, I really dislike just TPing in for a kill like that because you generally lose a lot of farm as a result. But in this case, you get 10 permanent damage, which is very important.
You give EGM the much needed levels.
You give him the level 6, which is also the other very important. And now, like, Pycat comes back, so I think that teleport worked out perfectly. You got everything you wanted from that TP.
BZZ still saving up the gold. It looks like it might be that Midas.
And it's more of like a catch-up Midas, it feels like, in this game. then
Oh,
like, you know,
TP.
let's farm. Here comes a Chrono.
They have the Necro ulti, but it's not enough
There's
damage.
no
really.
damage. Level 3 Kraken's real. He's going to drop his Ravage, which...
That did nothing. The stick made it look like he actually took no damage.
Well, and here comes the TP. Man, Sam's actually everywhere where he needs to be. Sing Sing Meister. Oh, the
He's
bash.
so
The
beefy.
Manor double bash.
Oh my god.
The Kraken, though.
Holy
I
crap.
guess that's why you level up the Kraken to 3.
He had 4 people beating on him, and it didn't look like they were doing any damage.
You know what? I'm going to say if you're playing TIE Hunter in like solo rank play, this might be the build. Because normally when you play in a professional game like this, you have the camp stacked for you where you go in with 2 Kraken, max anchor, and you just clear all the wave and you get a quick dagger. But
Yeah.
let's face it, in solo rank play, nobody stacks for you. So just having better lane sustain with that level up Kraken might be the way to go. Especially against a melee hero.
Is Midas the correct item to go Nikolai? He's going it, but
Yeah, I think it is. I think he needs to catch up in terms of farm and experience. Getting up to that level 11 Reaper Scythe is pretty important.
we've almost been seeing like the massive return of Midas. Like in a few of these games, like 3 or 4 Midases on a team.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning of 6.82, we all say like Midas is a bad item because they increase your net worth, doesn't allow you to fight well, and then the comeback mechanic works for the other team. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of fight here. Look at the base damage. She is going to be dead.
Holy crap.
Jeez.
Because of the rotations of the supports.
Yep. It's
Koifa-
actually Boba.
Yeah, it
Boba's
is.
just winning this game right now for Tinker.
Even when they tried a 3-man smoke gank middle, Koifa had Bulba sitting behind him ready.
Yep.
And that allowed him to get this ridiculously early blink dagger.
Also pointing out on Koifa's skill build.
Yeah.
He's got 1 point into Fissure and max enchant totem.
Yeah, it's for the...
Extra, 400% damage
Yeah,
output.
it's only
but
400%.
actually, if you look at the way that Fissure mana cost increase, it's pretty hefty per level. So leaving it at 1, just using it as a stun and aftershock damage. And
Oh.
look at Koifa, man. He needs a bit more mana to drop off a second enchant totem. Blink, Fissure, it's gonna get off the hit, and here's the silence. Boba just communicating well with his teammate and just running a freight train through.
He actually enchanted him during the fade time of Invis,
Yeah.
so he didn't lose it.
Well done. Bottom lane looks like Chronolux is going to get dropped off. Chain Frost bouncing about. It's going to get... Wow. Looks like it's perfectly microed. Jeez.
Did you ever play GoldenEye when you could control the rocket?
No, I didn't.
There was like a rocket that you could control. Maybe it wasn't GoldenEye. It was some game on the Nintendo 64. Like imagine you could do that with Chain Frost. Like just go first person.
But I think the pick of Earthshaker, and more importantly, the pick of Skywrath has done what it is intended to do, right? They're
Definitely,
just
yeah.
killing people and delaying their items. And if you look at G, normally at this point, he's like 5-0 and has a Blink Dagger. But unfortunately, he's still working towards his Blink.
Do you think that's due to how tanky Earthshaker is and the rotations of Bulba as well?
Yeah, I think a lot of times with Puck, you harass him a couple of times, you drop a coil, you could just probably solo kill him, especially if you have a support rotating in. But every time that VP support rotate in, Sam is just
He's ready to
already
rock.
there, you
Yep.
know?
Okay. And EGM's level 7 now as well. He's gone for max cold feet, like he's 3 points in cold feet. Do you reckon that's for the duel? Well, what's the story with that?
I think you have a lot of setup stuns for your team. Like, it's a duel, it's a Ravage, it's a Fissure, so... It's also, a pretty high damaging spell. And...
Team Tinker are rotating around, but the VP are watching everything. They have amazing wards here.
They are, at the same time, they're pretty scared, and they're not farming that well, right? They have
Yeah.
3 heroes on the mid lane, which, only one is farming, and then they have 2 heroes on the bottom lane. So, sure, they know where Tinker kind of is, but they can't punish, and they can't, like, push a tower, they can't accelerate farm. So, I think this is still going pretty good for Tinker. I think Virtus.Pro needs to make a big play once they have Blink on Puck.
They push really fast with Earthshaker as well, with that max level enchant totem.
Oh, yeah. Something that we don't kind of think about too much when we see about Earthshaker, because it's always support.
Like you'll very rarely have this many levels at this stage again, unless you're a god.
And you won't put them into
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Enchant Totem.
Holy crap, he has 1.5k gold. You just get a 4-staff now, don't you? And go for
I
that.
think you go damage. Shadow
Damage?
Blade? I mean,
Okay.
this is like the carry shaker, right? You already got the most important piece, which is the early blink.
I think a 4-staff is really good against your team, though. Like, you can force out people when they get Necro ultied and, like, prevent a bit of damage.
Okay. I mean, I think they're both definitely good items.
So, That's the risk of going Midas first on Necrolite.
Right.
You just blow up.
But VP is not stopping with this rotation. They just ran past the T1 tower with Sadoy. So they know. But EGM, he just ran into the meat grinder. He drops off the Ice Blast before dying, but nobody's focusing on him. Mystic Flare and a Fissure's going to get the kill. Chain Frost is going to bounce about. Duel's going to come out. Boba's going to be dead for sure, I think. Yeah, he is. But Pycat wins another duel. And honestly, things are going fairly well here for Team Tinker. They killed Void first before he even dropped Chrono. That's the most important thing.
Ridiculous. Void has so little items. Because you went up against the Tidehunter from Sing.
And you're right, it is 4-staff and Earthshaker.
OG with the... I think he might be in trouble.
Okay.
I think Quick Fizz...
Oh, the S4 rune.
Okay. So a quick blink from G in the other direction.
So Team Tinker's winning pretty hard in terms of the rotations, but they haven't got more than one tower to show for it. How far do you think Virtus.Pro is behind? Like, I say if they win like a 3-man fight or something, they're kind of right back in this game.
There's still the Necro ulti. You can't really count them out with that.
Yeah, mid lane, blink, enchant again, bang, dead.
Like, obviously, Team Tinker have a large advantage right now, and like their map dominance is pretty strong. Like, VP are having to play as like 3 and 2 because of the heroes that Team Tinker have. Like, they have them solo pick-off heroes like Legion, and he's zoning in on that blink dagger as well. And when he gets that, I really, really fear for VP.
Wait,
like,
is actually Legion the solo pick-off hero, or is it the Earthshaker?
It's both, like.
It's more so the Earthshaker now, right? Because even with the blink duel, you almost need like an Ice Blast to help you out. Right now, Pycat, jeez, is just killing everybody.
It's Bulba as well. He's always involved in these kills. He is 6-2-3.
Yeah, Bulba doesn't even need to follow the Earthshaker anymore. Mid lane again here, Fissure. Looks like a little bit misplacement. And they'll back off.
They have the Canoe 4? Okay.
Basically, if you don't have an Ogre Magi standing right behind you as you farm, you actually can't farm. Because in theory, Earthshaker could just kill you.
I think he kills you anyway.
Well, if Ogre Magi is fast enough to stun, then you can actually turn around. So, he sees that Necrolite.
Okay.
He's going to wait for the ward.
And the way he's doing it as well, he's enchant totem him first.
Yeah, that's what you do. Enchant totem first, you blink in, Fissure, enchant totem again.
So you get that max damage on enchant totem. And you use your other spells like Fissure or Echo Slam to do the actual
Do you think he's going to level up Fissure here? Or do you think he's going to get stats?
I think you want to level up Fissure.
I mean, he would need
more damage, right?
Yeah, his mana's pretty...
He has enough farm to buy whatever he wants, so I really don't think he's worrying too much about mana.
Oh, they're working on a tier 1.
So Sing Sing has 1.7k gold. Do you think he gets a mechanism here?
I think a mech just makes him unkillable. Nice tower deny on the mid lane.
Like, usually we see the straight refresher.
Oh, here we go. Sing Sing gonna get a gush off. Koyo's gonna find just Sing Sing. And nice like Chrono, but
he heals him.
Where's the damage? Where's the Reaper Scythe? They drop it on Sing Sing instead. Sing Sing's gonna be fine. Ravage comes off. Sing Sing finally dies. Pycat looking for the duel. Not gonna find it. Ice Blast though. It's gonna hit on BZZ. He's done. On the bottom side, it's gonna be Yo trying to run away. They don't have mana for Concussive Shot. Oh no, he does. He does. He just needs a sight for it. And there you go. That should be an easy kill.
Do you have Jewel?
Yep. So, full 5-man wipe. The Reaper Scythe kill did not get the extra death timer, so...
Yeah, he didn't finish him.
It almost feels like if Virtus.Pro lose one more fight like that, they're just out of the game.
Like, Void has no items. He has threads and a magic stick.
He was safe lane.
Yeah, against
Sing Sing just outlaned him really hard, I guess.
Well, there's nothing you can do against that. I think Tidehunter destroys any melee hero nearly. Like,
I actually wonder about his skill build.
You think more on backtrack?
Because I don't think it was that important for him to level up and max backtrack in a 1v1 lane.
Max leap?
Yeah, max leap, max... Well...
Is that what you mean?
Take more into backtrack.
Yeah.
Maybe not max it, but... I also found it very strange that he didn't get the Quelling Blade, because you lose so much damage, against Anchor Smash that you kind of need a little bit of help.
I don't think it was the damage that stops him laning.
Top is dead. Oh, nice jump.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually the damage that stops him laning. I think it's the negative damage. Like, it doesn't... The constant harass is obviously really bad, but not being able to get any last hits.
Now that podcast is Blink, but I almost feel like...
He's had it for a while.
yeah, you don't have enough damage at this point. How many times we saw a Chrono or a Koyo goes off, and BZZ is right there, right? But he can't actually Reaper Scythe. The Reaper Scythe,
they're too high health.
Right, they haven't actually got a kill out of Reaper yet.
He's level 11 now, though, so there is that.
They just need about like 5 to 10 minutes of just chilling down. Like they can't take fights.
But Quakefoot is constantly on the hunt here. Like when he gets his Echo Slam up again, I think he can kill anyone.
Yeah, he should be somewhat aware though, because like this time Jada.
Oh, Sidoi might be in a lot of trouble.
Well, the Ice Blast misses.
Okay.
And he's respecting the Chrono, because you don't know if there's a Lich nearby. And by the way, there is a Lich
There's
nearby.
everyone nearby.
Yeah. The cool thing for him is he doesn't need to go for these kills, because look at Sing Sing mid. He's just free farming, so.
He has gone for that mechanism as well.
Yeah, I think the mech is just kind of like, hey, we're winning so hard.
Well, if you think about it, like how much they were struggling to kill during the Chronosphere, imagine now. With
they just can't kill.
Yeah. It's a lot on the Lich ulti and on G to do that magic burst. Like that's what'll actually do the damage in the Chronosphere.
So what do you think about Pycat transitioning back into like a
Midas?
recovery Midas and then a blink?
Well, he got the Midas and the blink within like 3 or 4 minutes of each other, so
yeah. It helps getting a ton of kills in between, right?
Yeah, if it works, it works. Like it's not that risky because of how dominant they are in the game.
Yeah, I think when you have allies that could initiate for you, like a blink Ravage
and a blink
Earthshaker,
Slam, yeah.
then you could kind of delay your own blink dagger a bit.
When I see this though, like, do you not think he's delaying the game, or is it just necessary in the way people are playing these days?
What do you mean delaying the game?
Like, it could be another item. It could be like halfway to like a Desolator or an AC or something.
Or Blame Mail, or whatever.
Yeah, whatever item you choose. But do you not think, like, because of the position they're in right now, can they not finish the game against VP's team?
I mean, I think if they walk up to a tier 2 tower, they'll take it without much of a fight. And if there is a fight, they will win the fight. So
is it not the same for Rex then? Like, even if they get the Chronosphere?
I think going up against high ground is kind of a different story. That's where Chain Frost might get a little bit scarier. That's where Chrono will start to catch more people, so.
Okay.
To answer your question, I don't think getting the Midas delays the game too much. In fact, because he got the blink so quickly.
So soon after it, yeah. That was my only reason for saying it.
It's like, you know, it's a free Midas almost.
Is Bulba going to get a Dagon, or did he just get that null tally at the start, just to have a bit of extra damage with the Arcane Bolt?
I've been seeing a lot of support Skyref nowadays, where they get just like 1 or 2 casual no talisman.
Just so for that little bit extra damage on the
Arcane Bolts.
Okay.
And he has upgraded to a 4-staff. It's like almost a luxury item, right? It looks like solo.
Quakefoot ends another life.
Well, when your solo puck can't survive that, it's just really sad.
As well, like, VP don't have any like help items, you know what I mean? They don't have any mech, they don't have any 4-staff.
Yep.
And Tinker have 2 4-staffs and a mechanism.
Well, it looks like VP wants to take a fight. And they're going to use this element of surprise because they don't have a puck, but they run right into a... Oh, they're going to jump in. Chrono, it doesn't get anyone apart from Sing Sing. This has got to be a Reaper side kill. They do actually get him. Nice. Here comes the Ice Blast. It does hit on 3. Are they going to counter initiate? Pycat will have blink about 6 seconds. There's a silence up on Yo. Yo's going to get dueled. Yo's going to be dead. And honestly, you can't do too much about that, but I think trading in this case is not bad because look at Sing Sing's death timer.
65 seconds. I think they can still push though, even without Sing Sing. Like, they used everything. They didn't use Chain Frost, I guess.
There's Chain Frost and Coil.
Yeah.
And you don't have your mech, so I'm not sure.
I think they can turn.
I mean, you always think people could turn. The Regoose.
The Regoose is real.
Alright, looks like they're going to try to make a go at it. I mean, if Void does not have help, he's dead.
14 seconds on Jewel though.
It's going to get Ice Blast. That's going to hit. He's dead. Fissure, Enchant, bang.
Okay.
You cannot farm if you don't have backup. Especially when you don't see the Shaker.
BZZ's closing in on the Aghanims as well. If they can get the jump on Sing in every fight, or maybe on Quakefoot.
Well, it's more like that fight where they got the jump on Sing and nobody was really nearby to help him out.
Yeah.
It was only like an LC nearby.
He gave him the heal. It wasn't enough.
Yeah. But for example, if there was like a Mystic Flare that was making people running back and forth, if there was a Silence from Boba, that could have turned things around. But that was a kind of good engagement for Virtus.Pro. You can see that they're buying a lot of time. But Koifa though. Koifa's like running around like the fun police. It's like, hey man.
He's always kind of looming in their jungle as well, just kind of sitting around. And VP have actually warded the place where he was sitting.
And now that he has BOTs, normally when you see like, oh, I see Earthshaker farming bottom, I could go farm up top now. It's safe. Now nowhere is safe.
Boba is 8-2-6 now. Holy crap.
They're going to try to jump Sing Sing again? They need Chrono for this.
Is it worth using everything on Sing? Like at this stage of the game, when you have people farming the other lanes?
I think so. If you get the Reaper Scythe kill every time, I think so.
Yeah.
You just want to delay the game, right? They have 2 Midases and a Mask of Madness on Void, which allows you to farm a jungle, so it's essentially like 2.5 Midas. You just want to draw out the game.
They removed all vision from the jungle as well. Like they used 3 Sentry Wards. Just trying to free that up for Necro and Void to farm.
Even though it's like a 75,000 goal lead, I think Virtus.Pro, if they could win 1 or 2 fights, they're kind of right back in this, especially with those Midases.
Well, it's all the Necro really, like as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get a huge pick on one of their cores.
I wonder what, I think with like carry Earthshakers, you don't see it nearly enough to even guess what item he's going to get. Like, it could be anything. It could be Shadow Blade, it could be crits.
I think Daedalus is pretty good.
Sure, Daedalus is good too.
Yeah. Like, he has so much farm that I don't think it even really matters. Is Aghanim's, like, worth it?
For Shaker?
What about a Veil as well? Veil could be kind of neat with their magic damage comp.
I think you just want to buff your physical damage, right? If you're looking to do damage buff.
No, he's going for a BKB.
All right. Just kind of be like, hey, we're winning so much. Let's just take tower, take Raxus.
Oh, quick fill.
Win the game. Oh, bottom lane. Mystic Flare dropped. Blink Duel used. Winner.
Sing Sing with the last hit. He actually laughed when he got it.
Yeah, despite the fact that, like, if you look at how the game is going and you look at the items that VP has, like, Ogre is halfway towards his Aghanims, which is pretty good. And then you have Aghanims already finished on Necros and a Blink. That's pretty good. The problem is you look over to the Void and he's just like...
It's kind of pretty hard for BZZ right now because he has to farm, and if he's the one that gets picked off, they're actually screwed.
Yeah.
And they
well, I think if anybody gets picked off, they're screwed.
Like, he's all their damage right now. Like, G is doing quite a bit of damage as well, but it's...
I just don't know how Sador have this little farm.
Oh. Whitecat was looking for a pick there top.
Yeah. That gave away the fact that there is vision in front of the tower, and I imagine there will be a D-War soon. Meanwhile, Earthshaker solo kill. I hope Webus is having fun catching all these solo kills, because it actually could happen anywhere thanks to that BOT.
It's pretty difficult as well. But the Midases on VP, I think, will be their saving grace if they can hold high ground, which you said they're really strong at. So.
Yeah, I mean, if Tinker just clump up, but you know, Tinker could just walk up with Pycat and Shaker. Like, Enchant Totem, hit it once, you just press attack, hit it a couple of times.
Kind of like what they did with the Lifestealer?
Yeah, just slow siege, you know? They don't need to commit anything to it.
So Pycat's also gone for a BKB. Does that tells me they want to win the game, like right now? Like 2 BKBs, one on Earthshaker, one on Pycat.
And it's also like, you know, they're so strong that what can they actually do if there's a BKB on
Like VP is mostly magical damage. Like Void doesn't hit that hard at all.
I mean, a big part of Void's damage is the bonus damage from Time Lock.
And that's also magical damage.
And that's magical too, so actually right now VP is all mages.
Oh, Yules on Pycat.
I mean, BKB and then you just duels your Lich, right? Like, I'm not sure what Jadam was thinking or expecting, but that's what happened.
BZZ's here too?
I mean, here's a... Okay, there's actually no damage. This is where a fight where Tinker is going to just kill everything.
Okay.
Yep, everybody's dead. And
without the Reaper on Sing,
I mean, they just don't have any damage.
does Pycat just one-shot him?
Yeah, meanwhile, Yo is well, Enchant Totem, or sorry, Ignite's actually slowing Koifa down quite a bit, but yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, the lack of damage is real. Is that due to the greed in their draft, or like?
I think Sadoy just lost the lane way too hard.
But he's against a Tidehunter. Like sending him solo against a Tidehunter is just like sacrificing.
No, it goes back to like maxing time walk, not getting Quelling Blade, not getting support rotation. I think it's a lot of things. And then mid game wise, I don't know how he got low solo to farm. I wasn't just watching from his perspective. Obviously, he's trying to dodge Earthshaker ganks and all this stuff. So
Earthshaker's been a menace, and EGM is also always ice blasting him when he's solo farming.
So I guess it's really unfair to say, you know, Sadoy is not getting enough farm, but
the amount of pressure is real.
Yeah.
Team Tinker don't actually have any wards on the map right now. Is that what EGM bought? Yeah, okay. Bulba bought them. But EGM's gonna get the credit. Typical.
So I think if you're Tinker, you just secure Roche.
Oh, they have a ward mid actually, I didn't see it.
And then you just end the game.
Even if they get chronoed, like 4-man, 5-man chronoed, they don't have enough damage on them.
Well, if there's a Chain Frost, yes. So Jadam's gonna be king. Meanwhile, Necrophos gets killed.
So he's trying to get the farm, but nowhere is safe.
Actually, nowhere is safe.
Yeah.
He thought he was safe because G was nearby, but...
If you're VP, what items do you buy right now? Like, what would change the game for you? Like, would a BKB on Void even do enough?
No, they need damage.
What about a Dagon on Necrolane? Or do you need to tank up?
No, you don't. You're not tanking this. They're so far behind that.
Okay.
You just either hope they dive your fountain, or send some PayPal money. Apparently, that's also a strat.
All right, hear me now. What about a Veil on Necrolite because of the Chain Frost, and just hope for the GG Chain Frost?
Oh, Yol. There's high ground vision. Yol's dead.
Yeah.
I think you want to get a combination of item that give you both tank and damage. So for example, Ogre getting Aghanims, that's tank and damage, right? In fact, that's tanking a lot of damage.
He's not gonna have that for a long time.
This BKB from Sadoy, it's like, I need this BKB to stay alive, but I don't think that's the right item choice. I think you just go for a damage item like Maelstrom. And for Necro, I don't know what he goes.
It's such a struggle to play Necro in a game like this.
Yeah, with Necro, you need to be ahead.
You really do. And you also, like, you can lock down one hero, but when everyone has this much farm, like, who do you even go for? Like, it has to be Sing because of the AoE, like, Ravage.
I mean, it's been 31 minutes, and he's got 1 Reaper side kill. Like, that's how bad the game's been going.
Yeah. Do you think was it a counter pick for Tinker? Because I feel that Necro would have fit really well in Tinker's lineup.
Yeah. Nope, Link Duel.
Oh.
Chrono's there, though. All right, they're saving the Lich.
Yeah,
I think the Ice Blast is going to just hit 2.
Oh, and a Ravage.
Okay, they're all dead. Sadoy, he has
Reapers.
All right.
He didn't use it.
Traded 2 for 1 right now, but where's the Earthshaker? That's kind of the big thing. Silence, Coil. It's a good fight here. BCC not in position. Blink
Reaper
forward. Reaper, Silence, Sing Sing. They get the kill. Boba's dropping low as well.
And a gem.
Yeah, you know what?
That was awesome.
Maybe I counted them out too soon. EGM, a little bit slow. EGM's going to be dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yep. That's going to be... Oh, okay. Triple kill on BCC.
So Koigfa didn't actually have any mana when they started that fight.
Yeah.
So he ran over as quickly as he could, but obviously couldn't do much without mana.
So I guess you hope that Tinker makes poor play like that. Because not fighting, or fighting without the mana on Koigfa. And Koigfa had BOT, so all he really needed was mana to join the fight.
Yeah. Never really underestimate the control that comes from Void as well.
Yeah. And that's where we see like some of the control that Void could have against, you know, LC in general. Something we talked about during the drafting stage.
Let's see. BKB is closing in on Void as well. I guess if they get BKB on Void, he's not really too worried about much. Like they only have...
Well, they're also not worried about him.
That's true.
Apart from a
He's like a little kitten that you can't like push off a couch. But he's always on the couch.
That is a very accurate representation of Void. He's just couch kitten. By the way, Yo has finished Aghanims. That's a pretty big deal. I mean, you can actually swing the fight.
Definitely. Like, just get lucky on your multicast.
Yeah.
It's huge, to be honest. And you always have mana as well for the second one. I don't know. That could actually change a lot.
All right, it's going to be a BKB and Necro, so... I'm not sure how much that matters.
The BKB on Necro?
Yeah.
Well, Pycat's doing a lot of damage now, and he will soon have AC.
Right, like, it almost feels like VP is so far behind that they need to go for a risky item.
Like the YOLO items, yeah.
Yeah, the big damage, and BKB is just not it.
And they, like, they, I guess they know they're in Roshan.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, but they're like,
Can't do anything about it.
they got a gem from the last team fight though, so that'll allow them to clean up their jungle.
Yeah, that's actually a
more.
pretty decent win. But I imagine the next fight for
Daedalus.
Team Tinker, they're gonna have the Earthshaker, and he has the Daedalus.
I think he can actually one-shot any of them if he
if there's a
crits.
crit, yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Let's see.
Okay, when he enchant, he hits for like close to 750, 800,
2 times that.
and then crits. You know,
Oh, he's gonna get it. Give him a slap. Oh, the double.
Ice Blast hit. Okay, he's got Aegis, that's why he's like reckless.
He also has BKB as well, but I guess he wants to
Doesn't
save
care.
that for the
Blink
Aegis.
duel.
Okay, what?
Okay,
Oh, he didn't even attack.
all right, nice. Coil's gonna get a
Bob is
kill.
down. But
I mean, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Blink, just give him hit.
oh, the use. Oh, gee.
Is he God right now?
He's got.
Yeah, he's actually God.
That's why you want to give God poke. Like, if he was on a Viper there or any sort of other
Yeah.
hero that we've
Like, give
seen
him the
play.
TA, Puck, Storm, Quap, you know. Those are his heroes. They're still getting wrecked, but you know.
AC, is that on the courier? Yeah. So this will allow them to push high ground so much easier, and then Void does even less damage. Like if it,
No, Void's magical, remember?
well, his right clicks are physical.
His 100 damage right click.
It's not too bad. Well, it's less than pretty much everyone else.
Reaper Scythe?
Not enough damage.
Not gonna get the kill. Force out the BKB though.
He has a regen rune though.
Uh-oh. G. Yules
Going ham.
and...
The Ravage is up.
Uh-oh. Not gonna commit to that Ravage. You know, Virtus.Pro is just like, they're down 2-3 items, but they're playing well enough.
They're gamers, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're
they are.
constantly fighting.
Ice Blast gonna get dodged. Alright, this is where the high ground defense gotta be real. Need big Chronos.
They don't have Reapers. They do have Lich. They don't have Lich ulti either. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not sure if they can hold this without
No.
those two ults.
The Ice Armor trying its best.
Work harder, Ice Armor.
Come on.
Put it back into it.
It's level 3. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
But
Koifa does not care.
I think VP, you're just like, okay, let's just relax. Wait for our ultis. They have Dream Coil. They still have Aegis and Koifa as well. I don't know. Like, you need the God team fight. Like, the massive Chronosphere. Who do you Reaper right now? Go.
Whoever, I mean, you just get a quick kill. You don't have a target. You just hope you get a quick kill, and then you move on to the next kill.
It doesn't matter who you Reaper here.
Yeah, ideally you get Koifa before he, you know, kills half your team. Or Pycat. Actually, never mind. Koifa can't be a target. He's got Aegis. So I guess it's just the LC. By the way, they want to jump in
I
from
think
behind.
Koifa just goes.
Sadoy. He's looking for
He's
a
like
jump. That's like a 5-man chrono if he wants it.
But they're smoked. He doesn't know.
I mean, you jump in and find out, you know?
What's over here? Okay, so
Oh, the enchant totem is already prepped up.
he's constantly doing that. That must be terrifying if you're VP. This air checker just like hitting for nearly... What does he crit for? Like 2k?
We'll find out if he actually gets off
Oh.
a crit. K,
1.8k?
pretty high.
Oh my god, y'all's dead. Oh,
Oh, top lane looks like a fight's gonna break out. Blink Chrono, that's gonna get down to 2.
Pycat has
All
BKB
right,
up.
Kittens hit really
Lich
hard.
doesn't have
Blink,
mana for ulti.
okay, Sing Sing Bang, that's dead. Koifa though,
Nice Yules.
Yules, actually that's a
okay, it was
misplay
aggressive.
on the Yules. Chain Frost's gonna come out, not much balance. The coil is gonna break. EGM's gonna get burned down. So you know what? Rax is defended, and they get a couple of kills.
They got the Reaper sight on Sing as well.
Yeah.
They can't buy back. I think that's really good.
So, like when you look at Tinker, they're up so far ahead, and they should easily break Rex. But I think giving away kind of these easy fights for VP is allowing them to come back.
That was without Lich ulti until like the very end as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when the Chrono was up, they didn't have Lich ulti mana. Oh,
Well, or that just happens.
okay.
I mean, Team Tinker is winning, and they're winning very convincingly. It's against like your EGs and your Cloud9s that those kind of plays open the doors a little bit, you know?
How long's left on Aegis? Like, do you just go in as Koikfa and just...
I think he has like a 1 minute left.
Okay. This is when I just enchant Totem and just jump at someone.
Not much mana left.
So Roche is a good bit away, actually. Is that 4 minutes? So the Aegis is about to wear out.
Yeah, yeah. Like less than
20. Oh, one. There
okay,
we go.
Done. Here we go.
He's like, okay, it's go time.
BZZ, they're all dead.
Oh, shit. 2K crit. That's pretty scary.
Yep.
That's why I really like Legion Commander against Puck. Okay, Pycat.
Okay, Reaper Scythe, got a kill.
That spell.
That's
crap.
2 minutes. I mean, like,
What?
I actually think the door is slightly like just you could peek through right now.
As in, you can maybe see some light?
Maybe. They just earned 1,700 gold from that one kill.
And he's dead for 2 minutes.
Like that's gonna give you some. Like I think Tinker's so far ahead that they shouldn't lose this, but
Necro ulti is never to be underestimated.
yeah, it really isn't.
Do you go for a refresher orb here?
For who? Necro?
For Necro.
I think he needs to tank up. He's gonna go Shiva's guard.
Okay.
And Shiva's like it's tank. It's also damage a little bit.
That funny bit, yeah.
He's actually gone for BOTs, which I think is a waste of 2k gold.
I disagree.
Where are you BOT? You're defending your base.
Okay, if you get a huge pick with the Necro ulti, you need to push. And you have
But
so much
the
time.
waves are all pushed. They should be all pushed.
The
right?
bottom lane is pushed out for them.
It's pushed out right now, but ideally when Tinker do their push, right, they're gonna push all the lanes and then join up mid.
Sedoy just finished his BKB as well. They're not looking too shabby, and the next Roshan's up in a few minutes.
That could be I mean, imagine a scenario where they kill Tinker once again, they get the Aegis, Void gets another item.
Oh yeah, it's all of a sudden it's Scary Town. And Puck in this game choosing to go Hex instead of what we've been seeing a lot, which is the Aghanims.
Yeah. I guess they just need some disable. Although maybe a Dagon would have been much better for them.
For Skyrat, they're not like they kill Bulba in nearly every fight. Well, in a lot of them.
Well,
anyway.
it's more about killing them quicker, right?
Okay.
The quicker you kill them, you move on to the next target quicker, which VP kind of needs to do.
And it also helps with the Necro ulti as well.
Yeah. In any case, I could watch a lot of Tinker players. They're having a lot of fun playing this game.
It could be a Linken's actually from G, just to protect from that Legion.
Blink Duel.
Yeah. I think that's actually what it might be.
Normally, I'm not a big fan of that item, but...
There's certain spells and like items like Rod of Ewi and that kind of stuff that'll instantly get rid of it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, VP don't have much. I guess the Ogre can throw Ignite at you, but it's not that quick.
Wait, you saying there's a Lincoln's being built on the Radiant side?
No, I think Puck is gonna be... Oh yeah, my bad.
I was confused. I was like,
So-
why is
so
he
am I,
worried about
apparently.
Ogre? Yeah. I mean, Lincoln's is bad. Actually, or sorry, Lincoln's is not bad because it blocks a lot, right? That's kind of your point. Scouting Roche.
The silence as well from... Okay, let's see. He's going... Has he closed in any more on the Shivas? No. Let's have a look at some graphs. I love a good look at the graph.
I think this is where BOT gets really good for BCC. Like, he could push top right now, and then...
Oh, I don't think he can push anywhere as BCC.
Okay, there's a shaker with BOT. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what was happening to him earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, and Koikfa is actually going for a heart, and a heart on Earthshaker. Because Enchant Totem is base damage.
Why not?
Holy crap. And is Pyke also going for a heart? I think they just want to break high ground, so they're like, okay, we're just going to all buy hearts, go up and click them towers, and then just walk back and let the heart regen us.
Alright, they're walking up the high ground. The team's gotta be all there. They see Sing Sing.
Okay.
If you kill Sing Sing, here we go. Chrono is gonna get hit. He just hit Sing Sing. Alright, they need Reaper Scythe. They're not doing enough damage. Reaper Scythe's gonna come through the multicast. The Reaper gets a kill, but Lich immediately melts. They need to get some bash. The BKB all golden. They're gonna duel BZZ. He's losing so much health so very quickly. Look at the hits. And he had plate mail and frost armor. And I think that's a fight. This fight is over. That was a good try. Good try, but they needed to get more than that with the chrono. G is doing the cheeky little thing, you know. Actually, there's no creep wave. There's one creep. That
That's
one creep is like
that's all they need.
the heroic creep.
It's Poikat's little pet, Tommy.
Tommy is.
Do you remember his watermelon at the EU hub?
Yeah.
What was the name of that?
Who ate it?
I think it was Ted.
Fucking Period. I gave him a watermelon in TI after they lost.
So sweet.
It's like feel good.
All right, the hearts are finished. They have Vlads on EGM. I think they just get mega creeps.
Yeah, everything's on cooldown for VP even when they respawn. So
Look how quickly they take base. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
I mean, it was a kind of a good attempt at coming back, but Tinker is just way too strong. So well played. I mean,
GG is called.
carry Earthshaker, being a menace all over the map, kind of scary.
He was just like constantly looming around the jungle. Solo picking off BZZ when he was struggling to farm.
Yep.
Oof. Tough times. Welcome back, Shiva.
Indeed, yeah. It's like, are you gonna say something else apart from tough times or not? But that kind of covers it all. I think it was a difficult game for both teams, and it was not because, I mean, obviously it was difficult to play because of the situation they were in, but also because both teams like to play high-paced games,
Yeah.
and they couldn't in this game. Or at
Well,
least
one team couldn't play high pace.
true. Do you think that at some point Team Tinker could have actually pushed through and won earlier than this? I mean, they were ahead for the majority of the game.
They had the Void ulti, so like if they bunk up to go high ground, like Void can just completely close down your whole team, and they have Lich to back it up. Even though Lich was so underfarmed, like he still did a lot of magic damage at the end of the whole time.
So they couldn't.
I don't think so anyway. Like even when they tried to push middle, they sent Poikat through the top to try and pick off someone. Like they did never really like focused all 5 middle.
Well, I guess that's just the Void coming into play. One of the, actually, of course, one of the one of the things standing out, sorry, it's late and tired. One of the things standing out was for me, of course, Earthshaker mid. Quickfire, they have done it before, and it's always fun to watch. But I wonder then, if a game lasts that long, does Earthshaker lose some of his value? Is it, like, at that point, wouldn't you not rather want a different hero with that amount
He
of
was
farm?
doing like 2k crits.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's definitely a strong hero, but would other heroes not have been better options?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, remember Zai this morning when he was
That was
in Chant Totem? He had
ridiculous.
1,000 damage.
I remember.
I actually think he's probably one of the best late game cores.
Because of the enchant totem?
Yeah, and the fact that it
The
works so
amount of
well with
lockdown.
your items and whatever else.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
I do have to say, like, complete brain fart on Koifa's Earthshaker because he plays it a lot in other times, in the
Well,
past as well.
It was a lot down to Bulba's rotations, and Bulba played, like, for me, he was probably my MVP. Like, he rotated everywhere, like, anytime they were going on mid, on the Earthshaker, Bulba was always hanging behind him, ready to jump. Like, he played absolutely amazingly. He was, like, 14-2 or something at the end of the game. Like,
That's
insane. Like,
I think we have to update the 5.5 tier.
well, I missed that this morning or something.
No. Basically, MV says Boba has 2 good heroes. One of them is Witch Doctor, tier 1.
Okay.
Skywrath is like tier 5.5. So I'm going
Okay.
to call it like tier 4 now. It's
Tier 4.
Okay. It's actually his favorite hero to play right now
good
as
hero.
support, although his Witch Doctor is definitely pretty strong. What do you think went wrong for Virtus.Pro? I mean, their draft wasn't particularly weak or anything like that, but what could they have done different?
When they left Void up top against Sing Sing on Tidehunter, like Sidoi was playing there, and like that has to be one of the hardest things in the world. Like you're just constantly getting your base damage removed, constantly getting harassed. Like he even like followed him under the tower and just constantly anger smashing him. Like what do you do against that? I don't know. I think if they had rotated some supports, maybe to try and kill the unkillable Tidehunter, like they did at one stage, but it took 4 of them.
Yeah.
But even if you don't kill him, is it at least not worth to rotate some supports there? Even just to make sure that the Void can actually farm, which was, of course, the problem.
Well, they had the Ogre like hanging around the mid lane to try and get the G them early levels. But after that, like he went bottom to help BZZ try and like outlane the Legion.
Because the way that they laned it, they essentially had to either have to sacrifice Necro or Void.
Yeah, and they chose.
And they
chose
chose to sacrifice a Void. So.
Wrong choice, you say.
Well, it's like if they got a farm Void, then the Necro would actually had nothing but the Reaper Scythe, which
It probably would have been alright. Like I don't know.
maybe retrospect, make sure you
Hindsight
farm
is
Void.
2020,
Yeah,
I
there you
guess.
go.
Definitely true. We are going to go to a quick break. The teams are having a break, of course, in between these two games, and we're going to go to a break too. So let's see if we have some birds coming up. I'm not sure.